holidays are very popular in South Africa, and with so many great seaside towns, South Africans are spoiled for choice. Let's take a look at one such town which has become a firm favorite.
South Africa is home to some of the finest beaches in the world, and along the east coast of the country you can find one of these beaches just 80 kilometers off the N2. At the end of this road lies the seaside village of Coffee Bay. It's a quaint town on the Nenga River, meaning place of the whale in Xhosa. It has a tiny population, estimated at around 600 people. Coffee Bay got its name from the coffee bushes that grew here. Legend has it that after a cargo ship transporting coffee beans crashed into the shore in the 1800s, the beans subsequently sprouted trees. The trees did not last long, but the name stuck. The landscape around Coffee Bay is spectacular. Sheer cliffs rising out of the sea interspersed with beautiful beaches that stretch for miles. It's the heart of the wild coast, encapsulating that raw, unspoiled feeling. This natural beauty has been capitalized on by the tourism trade, with no less than 5 backpacker establishments in the area. One of the most popular backpackers is sweetly named Sugarloaf. At Boomvu Backpackers, you not only get a place to crash for the night, but you can also take a drumming lesson. Something a little different, the Bulungula Lodge is an eco-friendly cultural experience.
It's basically a community-based eco-lodge that aims to use tourism as a tool in rural development. The lodge is 10 accommodation huts and 5 safari tents. and a shower block and a toilet block and a bar and restaurant. It's aimed at the independent travel market, generally people from around 25 up to 75 who are looking to experience a traditional Xhosa community in a beautiful location. It also aims to operate its business in a way that directly uplifts the surrounding community, who are also joint owners of the lodge. Well, this is a very remote location. We don't have any municipal electricity, water, sewage, anything like that. So everything we do here has to be done in a sustainable way. All our electricity is solar generated. We have special energy efficient appliances, fridges and things like that allow it to run on solar energy. All our water is recycled through special grey water recycling, banana circles and reed beds. We use compost toilets. All our water is locally sourced. And so everything we do is focused on how we can operate in this space without damaging it, because obviously we don't have the choice to pipe or ship our waste elsewhere. So everything is dealt with on site and is done in a sustainable way.
Although the beach attracts people to Coffee Bay, there are other activities like hiking through the aptly named Wild Coast. But it really is the sea that brings people here. A surfing destination second to none, it's renowned for the best waves in the area. The strange hole in the wall is a popular tourist attraction in the area. According to Xhosa legend, a sea creature fell in love with a beautiful young girl from a nearby village and tried to woo her. The villagers built the wall to keep the creature away. But the creature enlisted the help of a giant fish who battered through the wall of the rock, letting the sea and the creature in. Pristine seaside villages like these are dotted all along the South African coastline. Some are hidden treasures, others are popular with tourists, but they all offer something unique that brings people coming back. And if that isn't enough, our local beaches are even recognized internationally, with 41 of them acquiring Blue Flag status. Blue Flag is a coveted title. It means that the beach meets the highest standards in the areas of safety, amenities, cleanliness and environmental management. It's a stamp of international approval that makes these beaches appealing to visitors. South Africa is the first country outside of Europe to receive Blue Flag status. The Wildlife and Environmental Society of South Africa, or WESA, is the body tasked with running the local Blue Flag program.
As we travel to Durban this week, the sand in the sea is what most people head down to the coast for. But water quality at some of these beaches has come under scrutiny in recent years. But this year, some KZN beaches have been invited back to the Blue Flag program. Joining me now from Durban is Siobhan Darderton from the Wildlife and Environment Society of South Africa, or WESA. Thank you so much, Siobhan, for making the time to talk to us today. Understanding now that KZN beaches have been invited back to the Blue Flag Beach program. What happens now?
eThekwini has come back on board with 4 pilot beaches. Okay, the one behind me is one of them. That's Umhloti Main Beach, and it's basically pilot phase because it's got a year or even more to upgrade its facilities and to test the water on a continuous basis. Once the water qualities, which is quite important, is that has been established, that is good water qualities, they can therefore enter the program, and our application usually starts towards the end of May.
The program is not only about beaches, and it includes marinas and boats as well. Tell us a little bit more about that aspect of the program.
South Africa last year was it was the first time to actually have 3 full status marinas. And this year at the national launch in October, we had announced 5. So the marinas, basically, it's almost a similar criteria to the Blue Flag program, except they do not test water, the actual water quality, it's visually. And it follows the same process with environmental education and management. It basically is a responsible code of conduct with regard to the environmental education management. Okay, and we are one of the first countries out of 40 to have implemented the whale watching boats. And that is also very much on code of conduct and responsibilities and behavior towards the marine life.
Now, the Minister of Tourism has pledged significant support towards the Blue Flag project. Is this reflected in the interest that you're seeing in your particular program?
Absolutely. Our program has increased by 50% since the past year, and it is growing. Although not all the coastal municipalities are on board because it is a voluntary program. And globally, we have about 40, slightly over 40 countries participating in the program, and South Africa is the first country outside of Europe to implement the Blue Flag program.
Of course, education forms a very important part of your program and general awareness. What is the message that you're putting out?
It is very, very important because the Blue Flag program is actually an environmental education program. We aim at all children and adults from all spheres of life across the country, and it's basically education, marine and coastal biodiversity through people caring for the earth. And the project is implemented by WESA, which is the Wildlife and Environmental Society of South Africa, and who is very much an environmental education NGO. We also link up with our sister school, Eco School, and to implement all various educational tools. And Blue Flag has to have 5 environmental education on each Blue Flag beach. And on our 5 marina beaches, we have to have 3 environmental education activities.